Coke and Bowls. Good day, good evening, good something, y'all. Let me go onto my chat here on the Discord. Let the people know. I say fun stream because for me this is a very fun part of the game. It's actually one of my favorite levels, if not my most favoritist. Well, actually, define fun. I enjoy it a lot. Basically for context, Kiosk has been captured by KoTOR. Basically, what happened, if we are not familiar with the last shoes, we've been looking for the Jedi, the missing Jedi, so that we can unite them against the Sith, who are trying to kill us in the shadows. And that took me to Shaddaa, where the Exchange, who are an interstellar crime organization. Intergalactic doesn't make sense because it's only one galaxy that Star Wars takes place in, mostly. And they set a bounty on us for some reason, and KoTOR, the leader of the Exchange, kidnapped us to ask us to help the Republic, which is really funny because that's what we were already doing. Or at least, like, we were like, hey, we're trying to stop the Sith. And he's like, I don't care which one of you, I don't care whether it's the Jedi or the Sith that wins, I just want you to duke it out so that the Republic, you know, can catch its breath. Which is very, very interesting. But this whole time he's been speaking us through holograms, so he might not even be on his yacht. But this is the yacht, and Mira here, who is the bounty hunter that intercepted us while we were trying to meet with KoTOR in the first place, before we had to go rescue her dumbass, she got caught in a trap, but then escaped, and now she has joined our party, so she's going to be our companion permanently. She's joined our party, and she's going to be leading the rescue mission because she has the highest repair skill, and she's, for the purposes of the workbench, she's the main character. So I want her to have the 20 repair skill so we can break down stuff as we find them. And Atten here also came with. I made them, like, you can choose which one of like, which two of the whole party is going to come save you, is going to come on the operation. I don't think we can change our party from here, though.
Good to go.
But notice how I give her a freaking, I think this is a Mandalorian Ripper. But yeah, it's a very interesting situation. So basically, once we rescue our folk here, and apparently she was working with Zez Kyle, who was the Jedi that we were trying to. It basically this whole fun little, like, this is the basic, lots of little things going on. It's just so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. But basically, she's a bounty hunter who's sort of after us. She's not trying to kill us, though. It's a very interesting situation, but basically, because we're her bounty, quote unquote, we're under her protection. That's why she's trying to save us. That's why she's helping. That's why she's helping the gang here. And she's a look at this freaking aesthetic here. She is awesome. She's a ginger, so you know the game recognizes game. And she's a scout, so in this game, scouts receive heavy bonuses towards ranged weaponry. And that's exactly what she specializes in. Let's see, feats. Let's see, targeting, the +4 attack bonus with ranged weapons. I think she already had one of the close combat things, but either way, what's this? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so that's her immunity to mines, and she can also make other people immune to mines as long as she's the one going through. Precise shot. And she also automatically gets precise shot. So basically, she's a freaking gun fu master. And she specializes in dueling, so she just has the one pistol.
Just say the word.
And obviously, we know Atten. He could specialize in dueling or a 2-weapon, depending on what we gave him, but I just gave him dueling. So here are my blaster wielders here come to save the day. And I just love that hopefully it will be evident why I love this mission so much as we play through it, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. We should let Atten do that. So the reason why I have both of these two, besides the fact that they're the ones most involved in this little arc, I have Mira because she's really good she's a scout, so she's really good with lots of technical skills. Seriously, scouts are souped up in this game. But either way, she had points in computer use, demolitions, obviously awareness, and repair, and a little bit in security. And, you know, whatever, retreat entry, but that's almost completely useless to us. So she specializes in repair and computer use, so she can interact with computers and whatnot, anything that we need to. If I try to do this, then I think... Oh, actually, it doesn't matter.
Let's move out.
And Atten here is... The reason why I brought him is particularly his skill in stealth. He has some demolition skill, not as much as Mira because of various bonuses and whatnot, but... Actually... Oh, wait! There's something I wanted to give him! The Kuba's Scoundrel Gloves, only equipable by someone who is at least a scoundrel. So this will give him some decent points of security, or some decent points in computer use, but the security bonus is excellent. And don't even get me started on the freaking dexterity bonus. This is his dexterity. His total dexterity with the bonuses and all is his modifier is a +6. That's fantastic. That's incredible. There, you can get higher than that, but the Kubaz Scoundrel Gloves are invaluable for him. Anyways, let's get this show out. Enough yapping for now. Wait a minute, what was in here? Was there something in here? I don't remember. There's just some kind of items and stuff, right? Does anyone remember what happened? What we grabbed from here? It's important because there are items. Also, I chose her as a party lead because if I try to select him, it would switch to her automatically being the one to talk. Also, an interesting thing here is kind of an exploit. Let's do this. So, Mira's right here, and Atten's right here, right? So let's try it. Notice how Mira's right here now, and Atten's the one over here. How it did a little switcheroo. It switched their positions. This is something that could come in handy. It is a bit of an exploit, but I don't know. Maybe we'll try to avoid doing that unless we have to, but... Max destroys memory core. A program file called Shutdown. Now let's look at this here. Attempt to enter the count. We don't have the count. Also, the counts in frickin' well, we do have computer spice. We could just limited access grant. Enter the current count to obtain me. The interior defense region consists of over 12 mines. These mines are programmed to not be triggered by KoTOR droids. Okay, we can't. Okay, you can see the little dots on the floor there, like they look like little white flakes. Those are the mines, and there are the guards right there. What was it? The audience chamber defense consists of 8 powerful turrets supported by several combat-ready droids. Okay, I think that's the one to get to the area where we are, where Kiosk is. Over 12 powerful turrets, yep. But what are we gonna do about all this? There we go, we finally have that. Interrogation chamber. Okay. Download program overload. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. So there are several little programs that we can get from either like this console or droids, like utility droids right here. There's a speaking of droids, there are enemy droids on the other side there. You know what's our stealth?
Wait here.
He's due for a level up at some point. So I'm hoping that he'll get one soon. Floating mines, that's it? Please. So yeah, Goto kidnapped us, asked us to save the Republic, and when we said, well, if you want me to, you know, help do that, then you have to set me free, he's like, I'm afraid I can't, because bad things tend to happen around you. Ho ho! What the fool? Dust this bitch.
That's
More
one
where
down.
that came from.
That's another one.
You know what sucks? That ain't even the most powerful one. Access code containment cells. This code will allow unrestricted access to the containment system through the Goto command console. Use the computer console to run software on the containment system. So not this one. This is a security console, but there's a command console nearby.
I hear you.
That's what we need to worry about. Once again, we're going to go through with stealth. That one's closed. This one's also closed. He's really good with stealth, so you know, Dick's crossed, we shouldn't have to worry about him getting spotted. Unlock restricted system, unlock containment cell system. To unlock a system, you must acquire. Okay, perfect. We have that. It's now unrestricted. Program library. Check the programs called Basic Diagnostic. It will provide status information. Okay, we'll upload. Okay, perfect. Now we have these. Overload allocates additional resources to a system while also disabling safeguards may be dangerous. Shutdown attempts to disable a system may be dangerous. So each of these will have different effects on whatever we're doing. Okay, everything else is restricted because we don't have the codes for them yet. But we can do whatever we want with the containment cells. They're active. Cannot be run on the system. Shut down. It means the force fields are inactive. So we can do basic diagnostic on everything else. The minefield is inactive. Okay. Turrets are operating normally. Normally. So there's plenty more things to get. I think there's at least one more function, and obviously we need the codes for everything else. Maintenance droid and the Goto guard droids. These things are they have very powerful and very deadly. Like they shoot like crazy.
Let me take care of this. Pure Pazak.
Let's see, how close are we to a level up? Are we gonna get one at level 14? Please tell me we get one at level 14. I think we do, I think we do. Scoundrels unfortunately don't get a whole lot of feats. Anything in here? Guess it is sort of an exploit here, but for purposes, for reasons, I want to do it. Mirror right now is over here. And at right now is over here. I mean, look at the design on this thing. It's beautiful. Gorgeous gold accents. The sleek black. Access droid's memory core. Turret system.
Wait here.
And we're right here for now. We're just gonna kind of be camped here. Maybe we'll have a nice seat at the bench. I think that's a gas thing right there, so best to avoid the middle part. I walked into it before. It basically functions like a mine. We won't do anything with the turrets yet. That I will wait for the crescendo. Let's see. Yeah, but we can do overload, shut down, all that.
Wait here.
See if there's anything over here. Let's move past that. Also, unlocking things gets us experience, don't forget. Seriously, I wish there were more missions like this in KoTOR 2. But I understand if people don't want to necessarily turn it into a spy thing. It's really awesome. It sucks that most of KoTOR 2
Pure bizarre.
is so unfinished. But it's still, what they did include is still so wonderful. It's just like a taste of what could have been, you know? And what is if you have the restored content mod.
Pure bizarre.
Haha, your sensors suck. Let's see, what's this? That right there, if we wanted to.
Let me take care of this. Pure bizarre.
Well, we can't, unfortunately, we can't pass through here right now if we want to be stealthy because they're literally blocking the way. Wait, can we? Nope, we can't. But either way, it's that way to kiosk, and once we get there, then you know, we'll be rejoining the party. Like I missed a spot. Here's the interrogation room. There's another droid at the end cell here. And bam! For the reset program. Perfect. It's like, once again, I'm stuck managing the operation from a freaking bench.
Wait here.
So yeah, it's not... Well, I mean, I guess I am using... I guess it's literally an exploit I'm using. So, you know, there's that. My wisdom tooth area is sort of still acting up. I'm gonna call probably tomorrow to set up an appointment with somebody so I can, you know, finally get them removed. Because for various reasons, anytime I set up an appointment, like usually, like I'm not able to make it because I'm relying on others for transportation, and sometimes things come up. These are the, what is it, the 8 powerful turrets. We'll be going to that area shortly. we've been through here. There's another little nook we could go to. Past these. So lab station, we don't really need that. Another command console, perfect. Once we get enough XP, we'll be able to do stealth run.
Wait here.
We can get XP by unlocking locked containers like this one.
Pure Pazak. Let me take care of this. Pure Pazak.
Please. Regal visor. Oh, so little XP. Mira's got a little bit of light side, but she's mostly neutral. That's why she just kind of stands there like the standing emoji. What's this? Oh, that is a locked area, but I mean, I've been hitting locks this whole time. And we have, I think, pretty much max influence with Adam. That's why he's so like that. Basically, the way influence works is, if y'all haven't gathered it by now, the higher your influence with a character, the closer their alignment is to yours. Here's a workbench. Where was I before?
Let me take care of this. Pure Pazak. Let me take care of this. Pure Pazak.
Come on, If I need to kill something.
Let me take care of this. Pure Pazak.
Let's see, if I could get Mira over to the workbench. Although, depending on how many components I have... Okay, that's a good amount of components. So what do we got here? We can't craft a unique pistol. Blaster's not upgradable. We have the Scout Enforcer. Okay, we have the Scout Enforcer, so what are our options? Well... we have the Pinpoint Scope Mark III, Beam Splitter, Advanced Rylith. Ion Charger. Well, I'd love that. I'd love to make this, but we'll do this instead. How much? Okay, so not quite enough. She's not wearing gauntlets. This'll do. Especially since he's got such good demolitions training. Ooh, yeah. Why is she over here? Persuade, perhaps charisma. Maybe we could use that. Okay. So yeah, that security is as high as it's getting right now. Even though it's fantastic. What can we use here? The beam splitter will still do. One to 6, so that's 1 to 12 total. And this would be 1 to 6. Okay. And this works well against droids, and that's exactly what we need. Is something that works well against droids. Because there's a couple that we are going to need to kill.
Wait here.
I have been having such anxiety lately and have not been enjoying it. No, sir, ma'am, or captain. Hi, Mira. Definitely the standing emoji. We're not gonna have to kill all of them, of course. Just a couple. There's a program or two we need. Okay. We're gonna stick to the wall here because it's gonna trigger a thing.
They have gotten farther than I calculated. They are very resourceful, but they shall go no farther. Activate the mines. Let us see how far they get now.
Oh no, not mines. Anything but that. Well, what's that supposed to do?
Let's settle this.
Come on.
Everyone down.
Burn through the thing. It is so... Oh. Please don't.
Time to take you down to size.
You hit the... It's a fire extinguisher. We're fighting a fire extinguisher here. And it kind of kicked our ass. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now we're ready for a level up. Feats. Stealth run. Let's see, what other things do we have? We have dueling. Oh, good lord. Scoundrels really do not get a lot of feats.
Wait here.
Oh, that's so... Oh, that feels so much better. Stealth run is fantastic if you plan to actually do stealth. Some of these turrets, they're a little ready because they sensed combat, but they couldn't move from their spots. Right here. Deadly. Okay, what's our skill? Okay, 18. This provides a big bonus. Well, hang on, let's see. What is demolitions governed by? Intelligence, okay. So, not having the dexterity bonus of the scoundrel gloves will not affect that. So if 24 is enough skill, we'll be able to disarm those. We can! Hell yes. There's one that I need to lure. Oh, mines. That'll stop him. That's just silly. And a little stubborn. Okay, so far only one. Anytime. Wondering where you were at.
More where that came from.
And the other one's coming.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
This is the one I wanted. You know, sometimes you gotta clear the field to get to the king.
More where that came from.
Oh, I like those massive criticals there. Not as much as I did. The minefield, perfect. I want to recover the mines.
Wait here.
Did he just assume we weren't skilled in demolitions? We might be able to squeeze past them. There's another controller we need. I'm not reloading it because I needed to. I'm reloading it just because I wanted to harvest all of the mines. It's important to me. Okay. Alarm's just buzzing for no reason. Ban evasion? What do you mean? Block them. Yes, I know mine sighted. I was there. Suspicious user ban evasion. I don't understand what that means. Either way, how do I delete? I want to reply. Oh well. Can't figure it out right now, but that doesn't matter. Like I said, I think I can squeeze my way past these things. And Mira's ready for a level up too. Wait, sorry, let me just squeeze by you here.
Let me take care of this. Pure Pazak.
What's this in here, you might ask?
Let me take care of this. Damn thing's stuck.
The fuck you mean skill too low? Why, I oughta.
Pure Pazak.
Access code droid controller. M478.
Let me take care of this. Pure Pazak.
Easy money. Or in our case, easy components. Look at that, it's Shaddaa. Don't ask why both the planet and space are moving while we're here. And that's the Ebon Hawk that's attached to it right now. If y'all see that comment, let me know, and I'll find a way to delete it. Interesting decals on the thing. Okay. No more need to wear these. Back to the super awesome turrets. We've explored every nook and cranny of the place except for the audience chamber. There's a command console here, but if I use it, I'm at risk of getting spotted by the droids. I think there's one in another place. Man console with no one surveilling me. Cool boots too. We got a dagger, which I would assume is mostly decorative, because what are you gonna do with a dagger? We got the jacket with the armored shoulder pads. There's a ballistic mesh jacket, basically meaning that it provides her resistance against melee. And obviously she has like the tied up shirt showing her midriff and cleavage. That's just her style. Battlefield Android controller. We're missing something here. We have reset. Restarts the system with initial defaults may be dangerous. Okay, good. Power distributor is the only one we don't have, and we need to rescue kiosks to get that. So, in comes one of my favorite parts, the crescendo. Basically, we have things that can more or less adequately control the droids and the turrets. So, what do you do here? Where's Mira? She's right here. Let's bring her a little closer so she can get a piece of the action. Operating mode is unsafe. Minefield is hyperactive. All units are considered hostile. Normally, minefield is disabled. Now for turret. Now for turret and droid stuff. Overload. They are inflicting maximum damage. Okay, so that reduces their accuracy. Now they're inflicting maximum damage. The turrets are malfunctioning and targeting both hostile and friendly units. The turrets are inflicting maximum damage. Droids functioning normally. Success. All organics currently on board treated as friendly. Droids disabled. Droids functioning normally. Okay. So the turrets are still hot. Actually, wait a minute. Turret accuracy is reduced. Calibration and other changes to targeting algorithms necessary. Perfect. So like I said, they have different effects. So right now, their accuracy and whatnot should be reduced, and the droids are treating us as friendly. Now Mira can't really do much to watch the party, but why am I poisoned? Let's keep going. Because that means they're all picking fights now. The droids are friendly with us. So Mira, come with. Oh, they're healing us now. That's crazy. I'm gonna take a look. Healing us every time we get damaged. And there's also the fight happening over here. Oh, fantastic. And we have a maintenance droid here to heal up the wounded droids. Oh my goodness. Let me check here. This also counts as a droid. So just like that, all of these droids are under our command now. Or they're not under our command, but they'll help us. Come on out, Mira. We have nothing to fear anymore. I think she's stuck. What are you doing? Now let's hit the workbench and use our combined powers.
Ready?
Well, we could also interact with each one and get some components out of them, I think. Cool. I mean, they're already defending us, but, you know. So we'll at least grab some components. I think that solves once we open the thing. Also, if anyone new is watching, just, I mean, it's not really a reminder because y'all didn't know to begin with, but I am uploading my VODs, or I don't even know what VOD stands for, but either way, I'm uploading the streams, basically the recordings of the streams on YouTube, as the same name as my Twitch name, Brutalist Kiosk. So, and I have them all in a neat little playlist, so just look up KoTOR 2, the number 2, TSL, or stream, or streams, and I think that should be enough. It will honestly show up if you go down the list, or just look up Brutalist Kiosk stream. It's the first, I've streamed games before, but this is, I think, the first game that I streamed that, I've actually uploaded the VODs for. I keep saying VODs. I don't even know. I want to know what VODs means. Because people keep calling them VODs when they're streams. I'm assuming that they're calling them that for a reason, but either way. It's like, okay, it's got to stand for something. Alright, I think that's... I mean, there's the droids up ahead, but, you know. Kiosk can sort that. Seriously. Yeah, give a raise to their interior decorator. Well, well, well. What the fuck is this? What are you? How much experience do I need? Okay. What the hell are you doing, Mira?
Oh, hey. Can I ask you something?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Your face. Well, you have this glow. I mean, not a real glow, but it's like you're calm. At peace. but it's more than that. You haven't been chewing on spice, have you?
When one is in touch with the Force, others can feel it.
Oh, well, it shows. It's like you're hooked up to a power coupling. It's weird. I mean, not bad weird, it's just weird. For a minute there, I thought you and the handmaiden... But it's just the Force.
Me and the handmaiden what?
You know, we're hooked up a power coupling. You know?
We don't have that kind of relationship.
Got it. Just checking.
Something up?
My boy, if oh my gosh, I'm sure there are mods for it, but you know, I feel like if it's part of his character that he's like a womanizer, and I wouldn't want to take that away from him. Your high repair skill. I'm very impressed with the work my companions have done. Their little joint operation. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay. Like, imagine like they rescue me. I'm like, okay, we need to take care of the turrets, the droids, They're like, oh yeah, we did all that. The turrets are gone and the droids are on our side, and the minefield is disabled. I'm just like, oh, cool, okay. Auxiliary console. The codes are acquired. Containment cells, docking hatch seal. We'll switch those to the secondary system. Reporting none. No cells, cloaking device, and docking hatch seal. Okay. So that's, so once we disable those, we'll also be disabling the cloaking device, which means Goto's ship is no longer going to be hidden. I don't think it's like a real cloaking device. Like it's not like null-sig technology. It just hides your like hides you on the radar. The fuck? Where? Atten, are you doing the thing? He's doing the thing. Doing the stanky leg. Come on. Restricted to bridge. Well, that's okay. We're on our way there. That's where we just came from. How about you, big guy? I'm sure these guys will help too. They did say they were. I am just farming components. That's what I do. One sec. Before I forget. You know, the saddest part about this mission is that it completes. Basically, it gives us access to the thing. Bridge command console, so the big one. Program system control, power distributor. Shutdown. Secondary power offline. Attached systems disabled. Proximity warning. Cloaking device disabled. Multiple ships on intercept course. So shit just hit the fan. Because people have probably been looking for KoTOR's ship for a hot minute. Oh. And the droids are helping us. Bounty hunters have already arrived on the scene.
More where that came from.
It's another one for me.
Nice. More combat. No fire extinguisher here. Oh, they're done. Oh, hell yes. Now that is a fantastic side benefit. Oh, this one.
Not again.
Dahupo botenya go jucho picha, Gwen tabani sochu, Norotoga proto lala shishi, Jubadosa jibacha, Ratak mansan, Dokosha na chitolo, Kavadumpe masuraku, Popayi botenya, Tachimorosa kamsa, Javasko bo subjob, Rigiso karvenoxo, Mochitosa sagrindeyo.
Run? I didn't run from you two Shaddaas last time. And this time, I'm gonna make sure you stay down.
Keeps calling them Shaddaas. Wow, are they dumb. The twin sons fell to a bunch of guard droids. If that were me, I wouldn't let that shit slide. A rapid shot will help. Wait, how are they level 15 before me? What the frick? That's odd. Remains. Twi'lek spinning blade. They're not even that good. They're not even upgradable. Crazy. I've fallen and I can't get up. What are we focused on? Why are we turning that direction? Oh, damn. Some of the droids have fallen in the line of duty. Let's check this area, too. Nothing really there. We'll go around to the other side. Pretty powerful pistol, but I kind of have my eyes on Mira's Ripper. So I might be taking that from her as penance for, you know, poisoning me, disrupting my plans.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Blaster bolt deflection, bitch. All right. Ready to get the fuck out of here. Just in time, too.
I can't believe we just blew up Goto's yacht. That's gonna destabilize crime throughout this whole sector.
Yeah, well, you'll understand if I hold back the tears.
You don't
Right.
understand. Crime in the YouTube system, it's like the economy. Plus the power vacuum. Even if Voga gets up and running again, the system is gonna be feeling the effects for years to come.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't find that Jedi Master with the weird name.
Says Kyle? Well, that's not true. I already found him. Actually, he found me first. He hired me to watch out for you, keep Goto off your back until he could meet with you. We'll need to head back to Nar Shaddaa, to that safe house off the docks. I said I'd meet up with him there if we ran into any trouble.
Oh, good.
What do you want now?
If you thought to escape my notice so easily, you would be wrong. As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift. This droid. It will serve you well on your journey.
I shouldn't even ask how do you get my... That's not the most pressing question. How did you... Okay, how did you get on my ship?
I am afraid I do not understand what you mean.
Tell me more about the droid.
As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey.
How do I know it won't try to kill me?
I cannot harm you. You are the key to saving the Republic. Pray that you do not prove yourself otherwise.
Don't threaten me on my own ship, but I will kick you out. Goto has joined your party. He has special powers over droids and cannot set off mines. Thanks for the droid, Goto. Let's get to Nar Shaddaa. Now we finally get that meeting.
So, you have returned from exile. KoTOR thought you might, if only to wander your old battlegrounds. But I did not think you would come to Nar Shaddaa. Still, you were always a difficult one to read, both when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you.
Why did KoTOR think that I would return from exile?
I do not know. It was a sense he had, and he had served in war, as you had. Perhaps he thought he understood you, or maybe he simply hoped he did. He felt you were the key to understanding the threat we face. The others were not so certain, but so many of them are gone now, as you no doubt know.
Why me?
He sensed some connection between you and many of the worlds touched by war. He thought by traveling to such places, he could achieve understanding.
I have questions I want answered.
No doubt. I think the answers will provide us both with some measure of peace. I have kept secrets for far too long.
Where are all the Jedi?
They have scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies. Somehow, we, are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather, we are vulnerable. So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life or touched by war. In such places, we may conceal ourselves, gather information without presenting ourselves as targets. It was part of KoTOR's plan.
Plan?
Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps they would believe themselves victorious and show themselves. And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act as we had. I do not know where they wander now. There are few of us, though. Too few. And I have not heard from them in some time.
Atris is on Telos.
Atris, but I had thought she had gone to KoTOR with the others.
You sound surprised.
Yes, she holds the last of the Jedi teachings. It is good she survived.
Why didn't you go to KoTOR?
I had not finished my investigations here, and I did not wish to reveal myself. There was nothing I could do.
I had other questions.
What I can tell you...
So that is very interesting what he just said. Basically that the Jedi, the remaining Jedi, like the masters that we know, have been hiding on worlds either dense with life, like Nar Shaddaa and what was it? Nar Shaddaa and Onderon, where KoTOR is, and in places touched by war like Dantooine and Korriban. Because Korriban, I mean, it's mainly an area with like it's sort of touched by war. It's like it's a constant like breeding ground for the Sith, or it's a constant place where the Sith are centralized. And what else? And Dantooine obviously was bombed by the Sith during the events of KoTOR 1. What was it? And what was the other thing? That he said that hoping that the Sith would reveal them or would believe themselves victorious and then reveal themselves. What was it that there was a book, and it might have been based off of other books, but it was an in-game book in the Elder Scrolls. I think it was The Art of War Magic. It said something about maybe it was the book that said. Let me look it up. But one of the things that I remember from something was once your enemy believes themselves to be victorious is when they are vulnerable to defeat. Or was it? The moment to prepare your offense is the moment the enemy becomes vulnerable to attack. Leros Chael, knowledge of the enemy mage's mind is of the foremost importance. Once you know his mind, you will know his weaknesses, said Mar. Master Arctis advised Tiber Septim before the Battle of Five Bridges not to commit his reserves until the enemy was victorious. Tiber Septim said, if the enemy is already victorious, what use committing the reserve? To which Master Arctis replied, only in victory will the enemy be vulnerable to defeat. Tiber Septim went on to rout an enemy army twice the size of his. So that's the passage that I remember, is once your enemy believes themselves to be victorious is when they're most vulnerable to defeat. Only the Sith haven't revealed themselves because they're still hunting one more Jedi. Even though they believe the others to be dead, or either they know about their existence but they might not see them as Jedi, at least not anymore, they still see us as a Jedi. They see us as the thing that needs to be destroyed for them to truly be victorious. So as long as we're alive, they're most likely not gonna reveal themselves. What happened to the Jedi?
It is a long story, but there is no harm in you knowing. And someone should know. Only a handful of us remained after the Jedi Civil War. Barely 100 in number.
100.
Then, even that 100 began to vanish in places where the Force seen the blind. The only pattern we determined is that when Jedi gathered, they were seen no more. At the last Jedi conclave on the Miraluka world of KoTOR, the entire planet was wiped out, an entire race destroyed, because the Jedi chose to gather there. It was only then that we realized we were facing something far more powerful than we knew how to fight.
Is that why you hid?
We could not allow the fact that when we gathered, we placed everything around us at risk. A Jedi's life is sacrifice, but we cannot allow our presence or actions to endanger others. And we could not fight an enemy that will not reveal itself. But any Jedi, anyone who was strong in the Force, who attempted to track down such a threat, vanished without a trace.
But that makes no sense.
It does, but you must step back to see it. Whatever this threat was, it was targeting us and everything around us. Yet it was somehow weak enough that it was afraid to confront us openly. If it believed us defeated, then perhaps it would finally show itself. It was a faint hope, but it was the best we had. It was KoTOR's plan. He was always the greatest tactician among us, and had seen war more than the rest of us. Very well.
I need to know why you cast me out of the Order.
We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer. Nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, and if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost. I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, it is more frightening than you know.
Very, very interesting. So he seems either regretful or repentant about it, and he thinks that it was an act of cowardice on behalf of the Council because at the time I remained unconnected to the Force, or I lost my connection to the Force, and they didn't know how to deal with that. They didn't know how to deal with someone that was completely severed from it.
Very well.
Why are you on Nar Shaddaa?
I had thought perhaps that here upon the Smuggler's Moon, I might find some evidence of the threat we faced. The bounties on Jedi and their disappearance. I did not believe the two were connected, but there was a chance. And the strong currents of life here on Nar Shaddaa make perceiving
they're not
a Force
connected.
user difficult. I could use it to cloak my
Most
movements
likely.
and watch without being discovered.
That is not the only reason. You came here to hide.
No, you are right. That is not the whole truth. It is difficult to detect a Force user on Nar Shaddaa, and I knew it. This threat we face, it leaves wounds in the Force when it strikes. It leaves nothing.
And you were afraid.
To live life without the Force, to vanish and die and leave only an echo, it was terrifying. To be connected to all life around you, then to have it stripped, I can only imagine what it must have been like for you. But even that imagining cannot compare with the truth. But there is more than that. On Nar Shaddaa, one cannot escape what was left from the Jedi Civil War. From the failure of the Masters, from our failure to properly train Jedi, came disaster. And I wondered if perhaps the teachings of the Jedi had been our failing all along. There have been so many failures by teachers who believed in the code with all their being. Master Arca failed Ulic, as Master Boss failed Exar Kun, as Kay and Zar and the others of the Council failed Revan and Malak. For all the acts we do to preserve the galaxy, from such an arrogance that all we do is right and just, I wonder if there is a counter-effect that is created that strikes back at us. Exar Kun, Ulic Keldroma, Malak, Revan, you, all Jedi. There is something wrong in the Force, a wound, a sound that is growing, like a scream. You can hear it echo on Nar Shaddaa, sometimes when the moon is on orbit. It is a frightening thing to feel, that perhaps being connected to all life is not enlightenment at all, but simply another doom. And I think that maybe, perhaps, to forsake the Force as you did, to cut loose our bonds, may not be the wrong thing to do. You taught me something important in the Council Chamber long ago, Exile, and it has stayed with me all these years. You were right to do what you did. Everything you did.
Damn. Oh, so much to unpack there. Basically talking about, what was it? We'll start with the counterbalance, the counter effect thing, because that's what I've been talking about. That's part of what I believe about the Jedi, is that their teachings are so flawed that they're they're miseducating these people that have these powers and this connection to the Force, and that miseducation it's like pulling on a rubber band. It's like what people describe being raised by strict parents, and then they grow up, they get out of the house, and then they start like overindulging as like a counter effect to everything. Like the rubber band was pulled, and then there's a snapback. So you get told your entire lives that, you know, the dark side of the Force is evil because, you know, it corrupts, and there's not really a whole... It doesn't really tell the whole story, and it doesn't really properly dissuade people from going to the dark side. In fact, if anything, the teachings of the Jedi, this focus on a lack of attachment, on directly avoiding attachment, is part of what makes it so easy for them to join the Sith. Is because they have no attachment to the life around them apart from just being connected to the Force. But they're not supposed to love or care about anything. They're only supposed to love the greater good, you know, the greater people of the galaxy. But caring about individuals, like obviously there's the unspoken bonds that happen between people, and obviously a master and apprentice are going to love each other as sort of like a parental relationship, but still, like, that's why they dissuade romantic love. Like, if you were a Jedi and you fall for somebody, then, you know, blah, 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 it could lead to the dark side. But also, if you don't love anyone, you don't understand what it is to lose someone that you love. So not only are you not going to care about the people near you, you're also not going to care about other people losing that because you don't understand it. You don't relate to it. It's not something that you could care about because it's not something that you understand. But also him saying what he said about being connected to all life, I felt that. I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to even if they don't know it. Wondering if being connected to all life isn't enlightenment, if it's simply another doom. Especially with so many things that so many horrible people are doing in the world right now. Sometimes it makes you think that if you are connected to all these people as they're being put through this, as they're suffering, that means you're going to get dragged down as well. And I think that's part of what's dissuading a lot of people from helping others, from submerging themselves in these struggles. That was definitely... And when he said you were right to do, when he says you're right to do everything you did, he's not just talking about cutting yourself off from the Force or whatever happened, you know, whatever happened there. He's talking about joining the Mandalorian Wars to protect others.
Very well.
Why did you cut me off from the Force?
Is that what you think? We did no such thing. But it is a technique that has been used as punishment in the past, yes. It is a rare sentence, and to my knowledge it has only been done once, at a moment where a Jedi discipline has failed. What caused your loss, I fear, was different. I am not certain I understand it. We did not understand it fully then, and only recently do I feel we may have become enlightened. The other masters may have more knowledge of this, but I do not, and I do not know if they even live. Does it matter? It seems your power has returned. Perhaps the loss was not a loss at all. Very well.
I mean, you can regain something that there's still a loss. There's still grief there, but I think... At the end of my trial, you and the other masters said something had happened to me. What was it?
Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets. But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it. And although I would not keep promises to Jedi, I keep promises I make to others. And KoTOR was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise might be revoked. Until then, I can say nothing.
See, Jedi care about one another, but I also think part of it is that they don't really care, at least that much, about non-Force users. They just kind of care about them in a very broad sense. But I mean, think about it, like if you have that kind of power, it can be very easy if you don't have a particular empathy towards somebody to think you're better than somebody that doesn't have that power. Or at least to have like a higher opinion of yourself because of your ability to feel the Force as you do than the average person. Because the way the Force works in the Star Wars universe, and especially in Knights of the Old Republic, is every living being is connected through the Force most of the time. I mean, obviously there are circumstances, but what do you call it? Every living being is connected through the Force, but not every living being can use the Force, can command the Force. So anyone, the Jedi usually pull their people from people who can feel the Force, or people who are like children who are found through the Force to be Force sensitive. And basically how they find them is they sense them through the Force. I'm not sure, maybe they have people who are kind of like near, like maybe in like different places in the galaxy who can sense these Force sensitives and then take them in for training. I think the process, I looked it up online, the process is consensual, at least like the parents are the ones who can consent to it. And like even though you can refuse as a parent, most families would not refuse the opportunity because in their minds their child would get a better upbringing. The reason why we have such a critical outlook is because we're witnessing the system from the outside. But if we were in that society, even if we had belief, like if I was a parent and I had my reservations about the Jedi, well, I guess maybe I wouldn't, because of specifically what I believe about them removing attachment. I would ask my child how they felt about that. Like obviously as a child, your ability to make life-altering decisions is gonna have to be tempered with the wisdom of others, but that's not a decision I would want to make for my child, whether I was doing that for them or making them do, or like whether I was keeping them from doing that. So either way, I would explain to my child, have them understand as best as possible what was going on. And if they didn't want to leave me, like if I was a kid, I wouldn't have wanted to make the decision because I loved my family. I loved my parents. I wouldn't want to be separated from them at all. And I would be very, very clear. I'd be like, hey kid, if you do this, we won't be able to, you'll be living on your own. You'll be taught by XYZ, and we won't be able to be, we won't be able to be there for you anymore. You're not going to have us in your lives anymore. Even then, like, that's such an interesting system. Like, the very fact that the Jedi are seeking out children specifically. Like, obviously there are times when like, theoretically, and probably usually there are times when a Sith, or someone who's taken in by training by the Sith, can also be redeemed and then go, join the Jedi instead. But even then, they usually have upbringings as Jedi to begin with because they would have been Force sensitive. And part of the reason why they take children is because, for one thing, it's harder for adults to learn, just because of the way that our brains work. But also, it is, as a child, you are more vulnerable, more impressionable to whoever you're teaching these philosophical ideas to. And the fact is, a lot of the Jedi philosophy does not hold up in real life. It does not hold up in situations that a lot of non-Force users are going to find themselves in. So, to have a proper understanding, not just of the Force, but also of the world around you, you need exposure to something that is not the Jedi teachings. What was it that Kreia said? One quickly learns that the Jedi Code does not hold all the answers. To understand it, you would need the contrast, not adherence to a single idea. So basically, because the Jedi are so insular, they never learn anything. They never truly learn or unlearn anything. They just recite and memorize and try desperately to understand the entire world through a very specific lens. And because of that, when they take off those lenses, or if the lens is broken, then so their understanding crumbles and it makes them more vulnerable to joining the Sith, or just, I don't know, not being properly...
Very well.
I don't know. Do you know anything of Force bonds and how to end them?
Yes, such bonds are a connection that can be formed at moments of crisis, or in the slow understanding that grows between master and apprentice. It is most common between two beings who are sensitive to the Force. It allows the transmission of feelings, of influence. It was something you were gifted with, as I recall, before your fall. You formed such attachments easier than most, even to those who could feel the Force only faintly. Even Brooke could not ignore it, which is saying something.
Psst, Frick's a friggin' crotchety old man. I have developed a bond with another, one that is lethal to us both.
That is most unusual and unnatural. I have never heard of a bond of such strength.
How would I end it?
There were a few within the Order who knew more than I did of such bonds, but their students were few, lost in the Mandalorian Wars. It was rumored that Revan studied such bonding deeply, both through the Jedi histories and with certain teachers, before he left the Order and went to war.
Did I already ask
I do
him?
not know. A bond between two living beings is not something easily broken. It is not a choice. It is like breaking a feeling, like turning away from the Force. To break a bond, your feelings would have to change, or one of you would have to die. But even then, the bond wouldn't go away. It would simply be empty, a wound. One of you would have to die, but even...
That's just a repetition for some reason. That's another bug.
Very well. Yes, it is most common. It was something you were given. Even Vrook.
That is all I wish to know. What happens now?
Now I must take up the role I was ready to cast aside. This threat has finally revealed itself, and we Jedi will need to stand together. I did not speak fully of what I have felt. Staying on Nar Shaddaa, it is an exile of sorts, one that I have chosen. I, too, lost a Padawan on Malachor, not to the battle, but to the alternative, to the teachings that Revan brought from the unknown regions. And I was not the only Jedi Master to watch a student turn on them.
To fight in the Mandalorian Wars was no betrayal.
No, they were not to blame, but many of the Order did so. It was a difficult time, a time of strong emotion. Perhaps the Council, perhaps the Order itself had grown arrogant in their teachings. It is easy to cast blame, but it is perhaps time the Order accepted responsibility for their teachings and their arrogance, and come to recognize that perhaps we are flawed. Not once did I hear one of the Council claim responsibility for Revan, for Exar Kun, for Ulic, for Malak, or for you. Yet, you were the only one who came back from the wars to face our judgment. And rather than attempting to understand why you did what you did, we punished you instead. Our one chance to see where we had gone wrong, and we cast it aside. And now, that decision has come back to us and may carry with it our destruction. Perhaps there is something wrong in us, in our teachings, and though I tried, I could not cause that thought to leave me, so I left the Council. And I was not the only one. That is why many scattered, and why many in the Republic do not trust us, and why we do not trust ourselves. Make no mistake, I am no Jedi. This is the end, you see. After this, there will be nothing, and I think it will be for the best. Do you wish to do battle now? I have nothing more to say.
That's odd that he kind of... Yeah, that he kind of just assumes that we're going to end this with combat. But Revan redeemed herself. Certainly that must give you some hope.
It provides no comfort at all, for reasons in which I still must keep secret. Suffice to say, redemption was not Revan's choice, and I have never believed
He's
those of
right.
the Council who attempt to console themselves otherwise for the crime they committed.
Is there anything you can teach me?
But we have spoken enough, I think, and words, I think, dull us both. Let us speak through the Force, through sparring. This Tien form should prove appropriate. Its best use is when you are outnumbered, which I fear suits our predicament perfectly. You will find it easier to deflect blaster fire with this form, and it shall also guard you against critical strikes by your opponents. Perhaps exile has been good to you indeed. It has certainly not dulled your instincts, nor the speed at which you learn. I shall go to Dantooine, to the ruins of the Enclave. If you gather the others, I will meet you there. And thank you, Exile. You're returning. It is good that you are back among us.
I like that. I like Zez Kyle. He's my favorite among all of them. He's really the... KoTOR's pretty decent as well, but Zezkiel's really the only one who accepts responsibility, who's like actually interrogates the Jedi for everything that they've done. And, like, because it's an interesting thing. Because so many of them are well-intentioned, but because they position themselves as the peacekeepers of the galaxy, that it's a position of authority, and if you have any arrogance as someone in a position of authority, then that's going to reflect poorly on the people that you're leading, the people, like, the things that you're doing. That's what that, good, everything's... Let's see... Okay, we just need a little bit more XP. That's so weird. How does it that Ann and Mira got to level... How did they get to... That doesn't really make any sense. Oh wait, no, I think they both... That's odd, right? Why would they get to level... And why don't I have that amount of experience? Oh well. And y'all, it's finally time for me to have that conversation with Atten. What better place than here? Really? Oh, okay. I was like, this is a little intimate. I don't mind, but okay. Cause y'all remember in one of the previous streams where the Twi'leks approached us and were like, hey, you're you know, Atten's really not who he claims to be.
All right. What did you want to know?
I met someone on Nar Shaddaa who says he knows you.
Yeah, that's a surprise. Did he say I owed him credits too?
No, he says you're not Atten at all. That you showed up on Nar Shaddaa during the Jedi Civil War.
I'm as Atten will ever be. And whoever your trusted informant is, he's right. I did show up on Nar Shaddaa during the Jedi Civil War, along with a lot of other refugees.
Is there anything you want to tell me?
No, because you're asking about it. If I wanted to tell you anything, I would have come and told you. Anything else?
Calm down, I just wanted to know. No harm meant.
Is this an interrogation? If so, you're terrible at it. Especially for an ex-Jedi. Or whatever you are. Why don't you just crawl in my head and try to dig out whatever you're looking for rather than asking about it?
If you've got a problem, let's settle it right now.
You know what? I helped you get off Peragus. If I hadn't been there, you wouldn't have even gotten off the administration level. I'm trying to help you. I don't know why I'm bothering.
Actually, if I had been trapped on the administration level on Peragus, the Sith would still have arrived through the airlock and tried to capture me.
Yeah, well, I still helped you. Sort of. Maybe you shouldn't look a free Ronto in the mouth before you buy it.
I want to know where you were before you arrived on Nar Shaddaa.
You know what? Not once have I asked you about the Mandalorian Wars. Not once. I heard about Duxon. Everyone has. I heard about Serico, and I sure as hell know about Malachor 5. What makes you think you've got the right to interrogate me on anything? You've got plenty of lives to answer for. All you Jedi do.
If you've got a question, then ask.
How did you even live with yourself after Malachor? Is that why you went back to the Jedi Council? Hoping they'd kill you?
Go on, let's hear it all.
But Jedi don't kill, do they? At least not their prisoners. Maybe you were counting on it when you went back in chains. So you got off easy. You were exiled, brushed under the cargo ramp, another dirty little Jedi secret. I'll tell you, all those Jedi at Malachor, they deserved it. Every last one of them.
There must be some reason you believe as you do. Why?
Because Jedi lie, and they manipulate, and every act of charity or kindness they do, you can drag it out squirming into the light and see it for what it is. The galaxy doesn't need Jedi arrogance or Jedi hypocrisy anymore.
What do you mean?
At least the Sith are honest about what they're killing for. The Jedi are pacifists, except in times of war. They're teachers, except when it comes to telling their students the truth. And when they save you, it's only so you can suffer more.
You're wrong, Atten. That is not the way of the Jedi.
Whatever, just leave me alone. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with you anyway.
I'd like to know about your past, especially if we're traveling together.
Well, don't get too attached to me. I don't like it.
Are you alright?
That depends on your perspective. I have this habit. I'm a deserter. It's what I do.
Which war are you talking about?
Served in both of them. Against the Mandalorians, before and after Revan, and again, when Revan declared war on the Jedi.
You were Sith?
That's just a name. It's what we did that was important. But it was more than that. You were there. You knew how easy it was to hate the Jedi who sat back in the Republic, evaluating the threat, and watched us die against the Mandalorians.
I didn't know you served with the Republic.
I did, up until the Republic officers began to betray their oaths to the Republic and side with Revan, Admiral Kareth, Mon Halan,
Kareth.
General Darad, and all the rest. Right after that final battle at Malachor, I was right there with the rest of the defectors, because it was the right thing to do.
I agree. The Republic did not deserve your loyalty, not any longer.
The Mandalorians were slaughtering us by the millions. The millions. You were at Serico, when they turned the Starib cities into glass craters. At Duro, when Basilisk war droids rained like meteors onto the orbiting cities. And when the Mandalorians set fire to the Zoxan plains on Ares III, the fires that still burn. Without the Jedi who turned on the Council, without you, the Republic would have lost the war. And we would all be Mandalorian slaves or corpses.
Instead, you all became Sith.
If that's what you want to call knowing when to fight and when to kill, then yes. But you can't really break down people into Sith and Jedi and expect everything to make sense.
He's
We were
right.
loyal to Revan. That was enough. She saved us.
What happened then?
After Malachor, after the Mandalorian Wars, that's when the Sith teachings started spreading through the ranks. We knew where our loyalties lay. To the Jedi who came to help us. Not the ones who sat back on Dantooine and Coruscant, watching us die. So when those same Jedi who watched us die decided to start fighting us during the Jedi Civil War, we fought back. I fought back.
You fought Jedi?
I didn't fight Jedi. I killed them. A lot of them. People say killing Jedi is hard. It's not. You just have to be smart about it. No blasters, no getting close to them, no attacking them directly when you can gun down their allies instead. There's ways of gassing them, drugging them, making them lose control, torturing them. I was really good at it. What's worse is that killing them wasn't the best thing. Making them fall. Making them see our side of it. That was the best.
You make it sound easy.
I taught myself techniques. It's hard for Jedi to sense what you're really thinking if you throw up walls of strong emotions and feelings. Lust, impatience, cowardice. Most Jedi awareness doesn't cruise beyond the surface feelings, to see what's deeper. And I was good at that, throwing up walls. And my superiors knew it. Sometimes the Jedi on our side wouldn't even realize I was there.
Oh, I know he did a lot of fucked up shit, but that's kind of badass that he was literally a freaking Sith assassin. Is that why you act the way you do?
Part of it. Maybe it was always me. It's hard to tell sometimes. I haven't known who I am for years. I wasn't the only one. I know you left at the Mandalorian Wars, so you don't know much about what went on behind the scenes in the Jedi Civil War. But Revan understood one thing. The real battle was going to be fought between the Jedi on both sides. That was the only battle that mattered.
So this all came down to the Jedi and the Force.
Whoever had the most, the strongest Jedi were going to win the Civil War. If Revan couldn't convert Jedi, Revan would kill them. So Revan trained elite Sith units into assassination squads, whose duty was to go out and capture enemy Jedi. I was in one of the special units trained to do this.
Capture Jedi, not kill them.
Yeah, Revan had plans for all Jedi. I think it was important that the Jedi see her side of things, the Sith teachings. Revan wanted to break them, and then have them join her.
So how did you break away?
One day, I decided not to do it anymore, so I left. Ended up on Nar Shaddaa, became someone else.
Why are you telling me this? You're telling an ex-Jedi that you killed Jedi.
Because you've killed Jedi too. Different circumstances, but you have a bigger body count than I ever did. And I've been with you only a short time. Enough to know that as soon as someone signs on with you, they haven't got long to live. You got history, and anyone who travels with you doesn't. And maybe I want somebody to know who I was in case a story needs to be set straight. Maybe you understand.
But why did you leave the Sith?
Well, there was a woman, a Jedi. She gave her life for mine.
Were you assigned to kill her?
It wasn't a mission. She sought me out. She said she had come to save me. She was lying, of course. Or I think she was. It doesn't matter. She told enough truth to get my attention.
Truth about what?
She said that Revan was doing something terrible to Jedi within the unknown regions. That when we captured Jedi, they were sent to a place designed to break them. And that anyone in his service who showed any ability with the Force was sent there too, to turn them, to break them into dark Jedi, or assassins trained to kill Jedi. She said that's what would happen to me, that I had the Force inside me. That's why I was so good at killing Jedi. And that when the Sith learned of it, there would be no escape, no turning back. I would become an instrument of the dark side, forever. I had heard talk in the ranks, troops vanishing. I knew what she meant, but I didn't believe her, or want to believe her.
If you didn't believe her, then what happened to her?
I did what I did with all Jedi. I hurt her. I hurt her a lot. And then, right when I thought she couldn't take any more, she showed me the Force. In my head. And I felt everything she felt. And I heard just an echo of what the Force was. And how what I was doing, I think I loved her. But it wasn't that kind of love. It was the kind of love where you're willing to give up everything for someone you don't even know.
Perhaps she felt a greater good would be served with your salvation.
Maybe. It doesn't matter. I killed her for crawling in my head, for showing me that. But before she opened her mind to mine, my only thought was that I would love to kill her. And at the end, I killed her because I loved her.
So what happened to her?
In the end, she sacrificed herself to keep my secret, to prevent the Sith from knowing about that touch of the Force inside me. She wasted her life to save me. Me. And I felt her die when she opened her mind. I've killed Jedi, like I said, but I was never there to feel it, to be on the receiving end. And after that, I couldn't stop feeling things. Before, guilt, lust, impatience. It had been orchestrated to get close. Now it all just kept tumbling out, and I couldn't keep doing what I was doing. So I left. I fled with the displaced war veterans to Nar Shaddaa, and I lost myself there, until the war came to an end. I wanted no more of Jedi, or Dark Jedi, or the Force. I just wanted to be left alone. And then, I met you on Paragus. And I thought maybe she had saved me so that I could help you. And if I can't, then I have to try.
Then I welcome your help.
I didn't want to tell you any of this, but I had to. Because if something happens, I can't let you think I was doing it for something other than the past.
I welcome your help. And your honesty.
Once, a Jedi showed me the Force. I heard it. I felt it. At the time, there was too much pain to confront it. Because if I did, it meant I would be changed into something else. Now, I'm not afraid of it anymore. And I think that by learning how to use it, I can help protect you. Or at least buy you some time when disaster comes screaming in. I want to learn how to use the Force. I want to learn how to use the Force to help you.
Then I will train you, Atten.
What must I do? Is there some ritual, or...
Just close your eyes and open your mind. You must learn to feel it around you. Feel its currents, its eddies. Listen to the echo of your thoughts, your heart, separated from war, separated from hate. Think of what you felt when you felt the need to help me, to protect me. And at last, Atten awakened. Atten has taken his first steps on the path of a Jedi Sentinel. He will grow in ability as he travels with you and learns what you know of the Force. We just made a Jedi. And because he has light mastery, he gains +3 Constitution. He gained enough experience to level, just enough experience to level up. And gains all these delicious little Jedi feats. I mean, obviously, if he's gonna be a Jedi, it's gonna be a Sentinel. He just has the training for it. He can use a lightsaber, but I'm gonna train a generation of Blaster Jedi. Let's see, what can we, let's see, we have dueling. So I think, we'll focus on improved and master sniper shots. And we get 2 feats upon first level up, so Force Deflection and Force Redirection. Look at him go. So he doesn't have any Force powers yet, just the passive Force, the Force stuff that allows him to do what I do. I'm saying, like, I don't know why I have such a soft spot for people, characters, and whatnot who have done evil, but then don't do evil anymore. I think it's because, like, it's especially meaningful because they were causing harm, and now that they're not doing that for various reasons, it's like they hold that knowledge, that truth, and that's information that needs to be circulated. I kind of agree with Cray. I don't necessarily think that everybody should have an evil experience, so to speak, but some of the wisest people are going to be people who have seen all walks of life, even some of the darker ones. Let's bring Cray real quick. Oh wait, let's not. Not yet, at least. This is probably going to be a bit of a long stream, because we do have something quick to take care of. Because the woes of the refugees are not completely satiated. Though... do I have any? No, I still don't have experience. Still have the experience I need. Sabotage me and repair. So we can't use the airspeeder anymore, but that's fine. I don't need it. So yeah, the reason why Mira was helping us was because Zezkael hired her to protect us. And now that we arranged a meeting, she's still kind of just with us, which is very interesting. Here's Kodin. I could let... I might go back to the, might go back to, friggin' Vaga and let him know the good news. Shaddaa, the Shaddaks. But yeah, we gained lots of influence with Atten. We can probably gain just as much influence with Mira as well. Where are we going? Huh. They just shut down the bar. Like, no one can fucking get in here. Don't bother coming in. You crazy bitches. He's fucking asleep. Oh well. Once I tell him the good news, he'll be like, oh, okay, super.
Kavadumpe masuraku, popayi botenya, tachimorosa kamsa, javasco bosabjog, regiso carvenoxo, mochitosa sagrindeyo.
Please wake him for me.
Herinocho, minaradocha, kawanadumpa kankarebe.
It ain't her fucking fault. Calm down. I'm so sick and tired of people, rich people in positions of power, constantly mistreating the people who are serving them. Either as like actual servants or just people who are working for them as staff. That's crazy. Stop being so fucking disrespectful all the time. We've been over this. I do not have Goto here, but rest assured he will trouble you no longer. Fucking threaten me. Haven't grown so fond of you, I'd like you around. Yeah, me neither. The feeling's mutual. Experience. Okay, we got some experience. Oh my gosh. We're on the cusp. We're on the cusp of having enough. I feel there's still so much to do. But I do kind of want to finish with Nar Shaddaa on the stream. So that means I got some work to do in the Refugi sector. Ugh. Oh wait. Do you have any need for pilots? The refugee Otis will work for you for sponsorship. Thanks. Yay, we can level up now. We just need to get to level 15. Okay, what am I getting here? We have the close combat. I think the one we need is regenerate vitality points. Because these things will be unavailable once we select the associated class that we were going to select. Yeah, this might run a little longer. Just gonna have to deal with it. Let me just find the freaking page. Okay, master speed. Now let's talk to Courier.
Just say the word.
I hear you. What could she use more of? We'll up her strength a little bit. Why not? What feats does she get? Give her dueling. Okay, I give her dueling. No attack feats. That's not necessary anyways. We'll probably have her use a lightsaber eventually. First channel. Unarmed specialist. Was that 4? I think that's 4. The I before the V is a 4, yeah. I have a basic understanding of Roman numerals. Okay. Let's get her this. Force Scream is badass indeed.
You are here. You felt it, did you not?
It was Visas' master. He can feel my presence in the Force.
The time to hide your presence is coming to a close, and you will need to increase your training. You are ready. Your training must increase, and there are higher mysteries you must learn. But only you must know the path you will take. I cannot choose it for you. Is it battle that stirs you? To meet an enemy blade upon blade? Such is the way of the greatest of Jedi warriors, the Weapon Masters. Or perhaps it is investigating the mysteries of the galaxy, seeking out injustice and harm, and bringing it into the light. Such is the way of the Jedi Watchman in the time of Ulic Qel-Droma and Exar Kun. Or perhaps your way lies upon the ancient mysteries, and to teach others the ways of the Force, as I have, the way of the Jedi Masters.
Jedi Watchmen should return to the galaxy, and I will be the first to restore them.
It is not some great test you require to be what you strive to be. It is only your decision to find that path that matters. From here on, you guide your destiny. But in order to take the next steps, you must face your past and put it to rest.
You have become a prestige class and have taken your first steps to learning the higher mysteries of the Force. We are now a Jedi Watchman, which basically the prestige classes. There's the Jedi Weapon Master, which corresponds with Guardian, and these are all the light side options that we get. So we only get these options because we have a light side alignment. The prestige classes for the Sith, we'll talk about them in a minute, but the Weapon Masters corresponds to the Guardians. They have like special abilities like, you know, superior two-handed weapon fighting and all that. Very interesting. The Jedi Watchmen, the one I picked, which they gain but like bonuses to sneak attack damage, or they gain little sneak attack things like Scoundrels do. Not at the same frequency that Scoundrels do, I think, but still a little bit of extra damage to undetecting or incapacitated enemies. And then you have the Jedi Masters, who are basically the upgraded consulars. They have like special abilities that usually involve like buffs to your allies, increased influence gains and losses depending on what the deal is. Oh shit, I'm not ready to level up just yet.
Yes. Very well. When I spoke, the greatest...
We already went through this.
Some wield as one's ability to... and others, when such skills... My warning to you, what skill would you say is your greatest strength?
I don't think I need a bonus to persuasion. But I would like a bonus to repair, although I guess I won't need that eventually. It could still be very helpful. I don't know, I'm torn. Repair can be very helpful for various things. Repairing machines.
And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness?
Relying on not being seen.
Then my task before you is this. Take your greatest weakness, devote effort to it, strengthen it, and I will show you how it shall strengthen your power in the Force.
Very well. I shall take this lesson to heart.
As you learn and train and test yourself against the galaxy, all your skills have a chance to improve and grow as well. When you devote some of that training to your weakest skill, you will know.
I'll think on this and return when my weakest skill is stronger. So we're gonna finesse that. Because stealth is a class skill, and it's one that I was planning on getting regardless. I've played this game before, you know, a few times. Greater prestige sense. Okay. So yeah, the classes corresponding to the other things, or to the weapon masters, watchmen, and masters, are the Sith Marauder, which basically does the same thing, only it focuses on more damage with weapons, like raw damage bonuses, and also what else? Certain things. And also ignoring some damage received. Sith Assassins, I think, are the same, only they receive sneak attack bonuses more frequently. And then the Sith Marauder, or not the Sith Marauder, the Sith Lord is the counterpart to the Jedi Master, and they teach others the ways of the Sith, and they have greater negative effect on their enemies. What was I gonna pick this time? Let me consult the list. Okay. I think I have a different list around here somewhere. Oh, no, I don't. Master Rapid Shot. We have Master Dueling. Now we get Master Rapid Shot. We're also going to get Weapon Focus Blaster Pistol at some point. I think that's it for now. We're kind of flying blind here, but that's okay. Force Camouflage. I don't think it shows up on our powers list, but... Oh, 16 Master Valor.
Yes. Very well.
I wish to ask about the lesson related to my skills.
Have you done as I asked?
The way she asks that is so accusing. I have devoted myself to relying on not being seen.
Very well. Then know this. How some situations play out depend on who is perceiving them, and whether they are being perceived. Your ability to control the perception of others in such situations will allow you to manipulate events to resolve them peacefully or violently. Skill does not always draw from the Force, but it is a measure of power nonetheless. It can grant knowledge, help steady oneself when one's thoughts are in chaos, or grant enlightenment. Much can be achieved without the Force, as you know. Life continues, persists, and may be helped or harmed as a result. Now I am tired. Leave me to my meditations.
You get a bonus to your weakest and strongest skills, and you have also recovered some of your connection to the Force. That is one of my favorite That is one of my favorite lines, or like series of lines from Kreia, saying that skill doesn't always draw from the Force, but it's a measure of power nonetheless, and much can be accomplished without the Force, as you know. Like, that's incredible. And for her, it's so ironic because she's a consular, so she focuses most heavily on the Force as part of her skill set, part of her abilities, but she also counsels not relying on the Force. Like, she believes it to be a weakness. So it's very interesting that she, of all people, is willing and able to come to that conclusion. Like, she might be in a similar boat to Zezkael. Alright, now what? Like I said, we got some unfinished business to take care of. I think I'm gonna save some of the Ebon Hawk discussions for after I'm done on Nar Shaddaa. Oh, let me talk to Fossa real quick. Tell him about that one family. Get that out of the way. Can you help transport a family to Telos? The mother's name is Karana. She's in the refugee quad. So pissed off, and for what? Nichedosh!
Just say the word.
I'm like, sir. Okay, how is he leveling up faster than I? Make that make sense. This dude, this freaking guy. Okay, let me heal y'all up. Burst of speed, I'm thinking, is what I want for him. Or healing. Healing, Do I want healing first or burst of speed? I feel like he would want burst of speed first. That's what he would want.
I hear you.
I can feel it in my gut. That's Atten. To a T. He's like, Palawanga Nichedosh! I don't know why that brings me such joy. It's like the very soothing. It's like, you know how the Twi'leks in KoTOR 1 are like so very soothing, like Walukum best. And that one, that obviously they're less soothing in this game. Like, everybody's a little less soothing in this game, but just hearing that, like, what is Nichedosh? What is that? Are you cursing me out? Like, what's going on? You telling me to fuck off? Okay. Refugee sector down here. We're going to take, no, fuck. Mira can stay there for now. Got a healthy blue glow, but not totally. Maybe Baelder, Handmaiden, perhaps. Kind of want to see Visas in action, though. Actually, no, not yet.
I hear you.
Yes,
Why are you still damaged?
I'm here.
Don't do that. Don't keep casting shit, please. Yeah, we got uber duper influence with Handmaiden. Inner specialist. Okay. Just in case, what do we want to give? We'll wait on that. Damn. Okay, she already has conditioning, improved conditioning and all that, so... Okay, level's 15, we won't bring her beyond that. Never go wrong with saving throws. What are you doing, Handmaiden? Mira, do I want to take... No. Visas, fuck it. I just worry because we don't really have a weapon for her, you know? Maybe I could just grab something for her. I think she's a dual wielder. Maybe. Ooh, her skills work out perfectly. Okay, yeah, she's a 2-weapon fighting. And she's also a Jedi Sentinel. She's got some powers of her own. Since I kind of drew her to the light side, we'll give her healing. Charisma, that also helps with force powers. Stealth, awareness, and treat injury. So, she's not gonna get much use out of treat injury, but you know, just beat things up with your hands, girl. I think she has whatever it's called. Yeah, unarmed specialist. We'll just let her use that if we don't have a weapon for her. Although, unarmed fighting does not benefit from 2-weapon fighting, so maybe we will give her that. And she already has energy resistance. It's the only reason I'm investing in it. Force lightning. We don't really need an increase to intelligence. Let's up her dexterity some more. But then once that reaches 20, I think we'll be... Oh, Master Flurry. A woman after my own heart. Improved heal. So she functions best with a lightsaber. It's too bad we don't have one. Stealth run, that's a good one. She'll benefit from that. Insanity, that's a nice power. It can incapacitate the enemies. We could do the regenerate feats, maybe. Sure, why not? Force wave. Okay. Oh, the spinning blades are different. They're both balanced. I mean, we can give them to her for now. Okay. Yeah, well, she'll use those for now. Here's the Jedi support thing. You know what? You join the club too, and now that you're a fully fledged, not fully fledged, you know, you're a fledgling Force user. Once we get well, actually he has the burst of speed now.
Just say the word.
Oh, look at him go. Look at him using that Force power. I'm so proud. We'll wait for it to wear off because it can get a little buggy with the freaking refugee sector. In fact, I anticipate at least one crash there, but I really would like to finish up like all Nar Shaddaa related business before I move on. Look at him go. Just wait for that to wear off. Wrong way. definitely taking longer than I thought. Oh, I can ban. Okay, perfect. I just banned somebody. Awesome. That's resolved. Remember when I mentioned we had unresolved business? We're going to resolve both business. Okay, this is the Serico side. Veer ass. Hi there. So I guess we can deal with them first. We're here. And like I said, I'm gonna avoid using any kind of force speed. So maybe I shouldn't have Atten use that either. And Visas also has that. I mean, well, fuck it. We'll wing it.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't like how you've been bullying the refugees.
Well, that's too bad. Is that all you wanted to say?
Surely you can find something better to do.
Then what would you propose me and my men do?
Why don't you deal with the exchange?
Yeah? What about the exchange?
I know they're encroaching on your space here.
We can hold our own against them. Not that it's your concern.
I have a plan to drive them out of this sector.
Do you now? Suppose I were interested. What's this plan of yours?
Their defenses are weakest on the north side of their base.
That would be suicidal. Almost as suicidal as you're making that absurd suggestion.
So for some reason, that speech check I think is actually unsolvable in the game. I think it's another bug. That's too bad. I'm like, you're right, it is too bad. I gave you a chance. Oh, the lag. I hate that lag. Lots of loot goodies we can find here. I think Visas gave us energy resistance too. That's really cool. Please, the lag.
More where that came from.
I can make this worse.
More where that came from.
Ooh.
Time to take you down to size.
Like I said, I hate how laggy this part is. Hopefully it just became a lot less laggy with all those dead people, but... yeah, it usually crashes at least once around here, so I just have to be prepared for that. Which means regularly saving it. And I think is literally just so much, too much stress for the game to handle. Like, fuck off, Jimothy. Done. Anyone on this side? I don't think so. The Serica territory. Get out of here before we space you, got it? Space a fucking fly. Now we just need to go on the other side. Do the same thing with the exchange boss there. Which does, I'm afraid, require a nice round trip. Yep, exchange thugs abound. Not gonna bother trying to take anything yet. Sakwesh, the boy, the guy, the Quarren who's been causing so much trouble. And maybe you ought to start bathing. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Then maybe you ought to start bathing. Such a human indulgence, and look where your filthy people are. And who are you? Stop pressuring the refugees, or I'll be forced to kill you. Yeah, it always has to be about the humans, huh? I am glad I gained light side points for that. You could do better than that. Do you think a shock stick is gonna be enough? An exchange negotiator. Let's kill him. Come on, eh? Alright, we'll do a circuit. And we'll try to get this done quick. I think as long as I avoid using Master Speed, I'll be okay. We already dealt with the Serico. The Sirocco, however it's pronounced. I think the pronunciation is inconsistent. Now she'll make this one C. Always with the intense fucking dialogue. These Jedi. We'll loot the place afterwards. I'll tank. Whoa! That's Force Lightning. Let's save it. I don't think there are any more exchange on the other side here, but yeah, no, not as far as I can tell. Alright, let's loot what we can when we can. Mandalorian blaster, those are good blasters. Think we can free Adana now.
Who are you? One of Saquesh's calf hounds?
Saquesh is one of my pets, girl.
Then maybe you ought to keep a tighter leash on his tentacles, vac brain. Because he's running this sector into the ground.
What do you mean?
Sasquatch and his thugs torture the humans, make everyone's lives miserable. After I'm sold, at least I'll have someone making sure I stay alive.
Sold?
My mom owes Sasquatch some credits, so he took me to sell me to the Hutts. They always need spice handlers for their camps. A lot of people die down there.
You don't sound very concerned about it.
Anything is better than this slum.
Well, I'm here to rescue you.
Really? Oh, why didn't you say so? Oh, sorry about those things I said to you. You do look a little like a calf hound, though.
I've taken care of the Quarren. You can go back to your mother now.
Oh, I wanted to see you thrash him. Well, thanks.
Maybe don't run that direction. They're good offensive gauntlets, you know, eh. Even then, you can never be too careful. It could crash at any point for any point at any moment for any Y. Now let's keep this pain train conducting.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Oh. Our aura alone killed him. Say, oh good, 3 force users. Just what I wanted for breakfast. I'm like, Saquesh, the exchange could not pay enough for this. A weakness is revealed. They're fucking dead.
More where that came from.
I don't think they're weak anymore.
Weakness is revealed.
More where that came from. Time to even the odds.
You've cleared a path to the exchange thugs. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to do. Now let's get in there, get that thing done, and get the fuck out. Or this game goes haywire. But that's why I wanted to save it before, like, that's why I wanted to save all those points. So that I wouldn't be... Oof. So that I could do all that after the fact.
Thank you so much for returning my Adana to me.
But she's much calmer now too. Aida, I gotta tell her the good news.
Back again? What? Lutra's here?
The path is clear. The exchange thugs have been dealt with.
How did you do this? I barely know you, and you've brought me word of my husband, and then a free path to him. It's almost too good to be true.
This galaxy could go a long way to healing itself if everyone was able to help each other in such a way.
You've given me my husband back, stranger. My husband, my life. Thank you.
You better go. He's waiting for you. I really do like that little light side jingle. How it plays from one of the main themes from the prequels.
Thanks for taking care of Sakwesh. I fear what the exchange might do next, though.
Did the Seriko ever bother you?
Only if we enter their territory. Good luck to you. You wiped out all of the Seriko on your own? Impressive. You've made things easier for us around here. Good luck to you. Thank you for helping out Adana. I was worried about what would happen to her.
It was my pleasure.
Gariel says you saved his life. Maybe all of our lives. Good luck to you. Oh, hello again.
Anything I could help you with?
You've already helped us greatly. Life should start improving for us.
Oh, hello again.
How did the Seriko and exchange get along?
With the Seriko wiped out and the exchange driven from this area, it's not an issue anymore.
Alright.
Good luck to you.
I think, okay. Now we just have to go meet them at the place. Okay, the entrance. The way back to the refugee landing pad is through that little mini area. And I'm going to take Kreia with me so I can gain a little bit of influence with her, just in case I need any more with her. Come on, stay stable, you can do it, I believe in you. I believe in you, video game, I believe in you, Xbox One. Emulating an original Xbox game. Come on, baby. Yes. Okay, perfect. Now, yeah, last thing to do on our Shaddaa is talk to the guy. Kreia, come with. Kreia, sit. Over here, I'm shuffling around my companions like chess pieces. Now, this mission is interesting. Depending on the options that you choose, the responses that you choose, she will either be mad at you or pleased with you.
Thanks again, stranger. You've returned.
Aida, I didn't think I'd ever find you. I can't believe you're here before me.
The destruction of Telos? I can't even tell you what happened after. Being shuttled from system to system, barely one planet ahead of the Sith fleet.
Shh. We can talk about it later. You have my thanks, stranger. I can only hope you have as much luck at what you're looking for.
No thanks necessary. I'm just glad I was able to help.
It's strange you came by when you did. I was right at the edge of deciding whether to give up, turning it over in my mind. And suddenly you walked through the door and gave me the answer I needed to hear.
I'm just glad I was there for you. Just be sure to do the same if you encounter another in need.
Will do. Thanks again, stranger.
That was well executed. You used his own doubt to foster trust and reliance. Perhaps you're learning much in the flow of Nar Shaddaa.
That is an interesting response that's what she gathered from that. I think it was because basically there is another way to get that response if you convince him to take the job with the exchange rather than look for her. But if you just simply say like, oh thanks, I was glad to help, blah blah blah, and then that's it, Kreia will get mad because her criticism will be that you made their alliance easier but not necessarily better. That it would have been better if he had actually fought for her, if he had worked for the Union himself rather than just wait for a stranger to come along. But I think because I told him to help someone else in need, I think that's why she rewards that. I think it's because in her mind that's quote unquote an echo, something that will travel far from its point of origin. So I've touched multiple lives by that action. I don't know, maybe it's just a bug, maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but...
Do not mistake my tone. I was not faulting your choice. Far from it, I respect it. There are many who never learn such strength.
Thank you for your wisdom, Kreia. Okay, that... For some reason that didn't gain influence with her, but whatever. Alright, is there anything left to do here? I found the 3 things that I need for the lightsaber. He agreed to meet at the Jedi. Okay, rebuild HK-47. Okay. We're gonna go to the refugee landing pad outside of our ship, and then that's when we're gonna save it and call it for the night. This stream was definitely... It's so funny. Anytime I'm worried about how like whether a stream is gonna be too short, depending on what I plan to do during the stream, I'm always pleasantly disappointed because the stream takes much longer than I even think. So it's like I end up having the opposite problem where it takes longer than 2 hours. I'm glad that right now, for like whatever reason, like none of my family needs anything right now, because otherwise I would feel rushed. But so I could hypothetically even keep going until the Ebon Hawk point. But there are conversations and stuff that need to happen on the Ebon Hawk that I would like to happen. But they'll have to happen later. Because I want it to happen when more people are present for the stream. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Like I said, I upload the streams. The schedule's a little inconsistent, forgive me for that, but I upload the streams on YouTube just so that they can be immortalized, so that they're not lost every week, every time a week passes. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and it was surprisingly simpler than I thought, so I am grateful for that. My bottom right wisdom tooth is still bothering me. I'm probably just gonna have to fix that. Or just stop fucking with the gum area altogether. Ah, ow. I'm trying to stretch my jaw. And what do you call it? I mean, maybe next time when I get like a whole bunch of viewers, I'll put the thing in the thing. I'll like put the link of the Discord in the description. I think I should do that on my next stream. like at the beginning of the next stream, just so that if anyone wants to join, they can. Maybe I'll also put in the message that it doesn't notify, because I think I have the greeting message turned off so that people have the option to lurk if they so choose. But yeah, next time I'm definitely gonna do that. Part of me is interested in getting more viewers, like getting more people. Like I know that like I wouldn't say it's niche. People do stream, like a handful of people do stream this at any point in time. But it's also like it's a relatively uncommon game. But that can work in my advantage. I just maybe that's part of it, is the tags. The tags for some reason still say Morrowind. So I think I'm gonna have to fix that when the time comes. Or maybe I'll just be able to fix it right after the stream. And for some reason it still has the skate icon for it, which is crazy. And it's not even the right game either. So I definitely have to edit the stream info to be sure. Like I said, thank y'all very, very much for watching. I stream, what do you call it, semi-weekly, every Sunday at 2 p.m. and Wednesday at 8 p.m. So like, you know, when I started streaming today, Pacific Standard Time. So if you live in California, you know, the west coast of Turtle Island. Man, if you follow me, which I think I only have the one viewer right now who's most likely already following me. If you want to also follow me, you'll just get a notification. You'll most likely get a notification, you know, if the stars align, because sometimes it doesn't notify people even when they follow. Like there are some streamers that I follow that I don't get notifications for when they start streaming, so I end up missing whole streams. Anyways,